Hello and welcome back everybody to the third episode of Terra Firma Rescue. Now, before we get into the main content of today's episodes, there's a few things from last time that I want to finish up, so we're just going to do that now. So, we didn't actually open our loot bag from the end of the last episode, so we got a lot of white cedar and a cheeseburger. Interesting. That will give us some dairy and some grain by the looks of it, which is pretty good because we're not doing so good on those ones. So we can stick that just over there for the moment. Now, between episodes, I also went on a bit of an exploration, so I got a few more seeds, so we can plant those as well. But what's different to what we did last time is we got some fruit trees. Now, these we kind of want to find a permanent place for, because we don't want to move them around after we've planted them, because they take a very long time to grow. And that's why we don't want to move them, because you can't get the saplings back. Because as you'll see, this sort of need to clear some space out. I'm going to clear some trees out, and I'll be right back. So I've cleared out some space, and it should be enough space for these 6 trees that we have. So we have a lemon tree. So when we right click with the sapling, it produces this lemon tree stump essentially. Now, there's many different progression stages to how the lemon trees grow. We'll start off by producing leaves in a 3x3 area, or they can start growing upwards, and then it will sprout out limbs that will mean it will need a 2-block radius. So if this one has a 2-block radius, go 1, 2, and then our next tree will need another 2 blocks, so 1, 2, and that one will go there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then also have two blocks just on the end there. And I believe I laid it out so that that's 4 blocks apart, there and there. This is enough space because it will only produce 1 leaf out, and then it will start growing up. And when it starts growing up, it will be out of the range of these dirt blocks. So this is the start of our orchard, I guess. And we also need to rearrange our berry bushes. But as you can see, our gooseberries have started producing us fruit already. So combine all of those up, and we're going to rearrange those in these areas so that it's a bit more tidy. So I have laid out all the berry bushes, and I've laid out the raspberry bushes along this edge and along with the blackberry bushes, because these actually both hurt you a little bit. So it's a little bit of a defensive perimeter, and then the rest of the ones that you can just walk through, I have put along around here. We'll change that one so it's all in a nice straight line now. So that they all start producing us berries every so often. Our crops are growing. I planted all the extra seeds that we had. And now we're going to get on to what we're going to do in the main part of today's video, which is making metal tools. So we've got some molds. Now we make a pickaxe mold using clay, 5 clay in this sort of recipe right now, and a saw mold as such. Now we're going to put them in there, and we need to grab our metals. So grab our metals, I put them aside right here. So we've got copper. Got a lot of copper. Now each of these nuggets these are just the ones that we've been picking up off of the floor, just like this piece of bismuth over here. It's just been like that. These are just the little nuggets. Now each of those type of nuggets is 10 units. If you hold shift over it, you see little 10 units. And it takes 100 units to make a tool. So if we're making 2 tools, a pickaxe and a saw, we need 200 units. So that's 1 tool, and that's another tool. Now we're not going to melt down any more than that, just because we don't have any tool molds for it, and we don't need to create anything else more than that for the moment. So we're just going to stick that in there, and then we'll just cook up an extra clay vessel for the moment. We'll layer this up with some straw and logs and a lighter, and we will set that fire and wait for that to burn down, because we want to be quick with this. So once the metal inside the clay vessel has melted, it will start to solidify. So after a certain number of in-game hours, it will solidify into the pot and we'd have to fire it again. So we're going to wait until that has burnt down. There we go, finished melting down. So we can take our molds out of there and our ceramic vessels. That's the one without the metal, and you can see that's the one with metal, liquid, 200 units. And we could put our molds in there, but quickly before we do that, we're just going to complete this quest, get a tomato seed from that, and then it wants us to find out just the information I just told you about copper, and then it wants us to make a copper pickaxe and copper saw. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to fill out these molds, just put it in there, and there we go. And same with the saw. Wait for that to fill up. And now that all the metal's out there, it just goes back to being a regular ceramic vessel. And we can just put them in the crafting table and it breaks the mold. It uses up the mold every single time, but that's the way it works. So put that crafting table with a stick. There we go. And we have got our saw and we have got a pickaxe. Only takes until episode 3 to get a pickaxe in TerraFirmaCraft. So with these things, we can complete those quests. There we go. And we can also complete this quest. And we get a loot bag. Ooh, there we go. Get a loot bag. See what we get from that. Some aspen. Oh, we got a prospector's pick head. That's nice. So we can turn that into a tool as well. So I'll cover that a bit later on when we're going into metals a bit further. But if we go back into the quests, you can now see that we can actually make a crafting table now. So we can make a crafting table. So if we go and grab some logs, grab some white elm, put them in the crafting table with the copper saw, and we'll get lumber. So we'll just make all of that into some lumber. Now we can take that, and you can get 4 planks and make that into a crafting table. Oh, why is that not working? Let's see if the quest book says anything about it. Ah, so we need 2 pieces of stone and we need 2 pieces of lumber. Okay, so that's different to base TerraFirmaCraft, so we'll have to go and do some mining quickly. Now that we've got our copper pickaxe, we can go mining, and as we need stone, we might as well go over here to where I found some copper ore. Literally, really, right next to our base, there's just a big old hole, goes right down, and then I'm pretty sure that that's copper down there. So we'll just dig straight down. First rule of Minecraft. There we go. Rich copper. So each type of copper, each ore has 3 variations. There's poor, regular, and rich. A poor has 15 units, a regular has 25 units, and a rich has 35. So this is actually going to be a lot of copper in here. We can mine some of this out. Now, what we need is some pieces of stone. So this piece of stone here has only one side attached to anything, this block here. So if we break that, oh, and the top surface as well, it will just pop off. Oh. But now we have that piece of stone. And if we do the same, where can we do the same? Is there any good pieces around here? We might as well use our pickaxe durability in the most efficient way possible. So we need to mine out this piece. And finally that one there. There we go. Oh. So if you have a ceiling collapse, it will actually destroy the ores that, as you just saw there, it destroyed about 5 pieces of ore, which we want to avoid next time, so we need to make sure we don't do that. But now we should be able to take these 2 pieces of stone, 2 planks, and we've got a crafting table. So Normally that unlocks this crafting table, but I guess in this version of TerraFirmaCraft it works differently. So we can now use these planks. Ooh, there is a lot of changes to the base TerraFirmaCraft in this game. So take that and making a chest. So how do we make chests? We need some kind of hammer and sticks. So we'll go back up to the base and we'll make some chests. So we've come up from the mine over there and we can place our crafting table down. Now something else we can do is we can take 2 gravel and some more planks. Oh no, we have to do this in our inventory. So take 2 gravel in like that. And that will the 3x3 inventory workbench upgrade. And that will unlock a 3x3 crafting grid wherever we are. So we don't even need that crafting table. It's just so that we are able to complete the actual quest, so it has something to detect. So to make some chests, we want a soft hammer and then some lumber and some sticks. Now the only way to get a soft hammer, from what I can tell, is that you use 6 logs, turn that into oak wood vanilla, then put that in the crafting table with your saw, get 6 vanilla planks, put them in the crafting table like that. Oh, we have to do that step in our inventory, I believe. And take the saw. I was missing out a step. Take the saw, get a oak hammer head, and then put that with a stick. And we've got our soft hammer. And then take the soft hammer, some sticks, and we can make a chest. So we can make 2 chests, or make a few. Make 4 chests for the moment, and drop all that stuff on the ground. So what we can do is, if we just place them down on each other for the moment, there we go. We can put a bunch of stuff away. Put all this stuff away. Can't put everything in there. Like we can't put logs and we can't put tools in there, but we can put a lot of other things in there. So now that we've also got that, we can make a tool rack. Now I believe a tool rack is just like that. Yeah, elm tool rack. So if you can put a tool rack up on there, put our tools away. So put our saw on there. And I don't think so for some reason it's not letting us put our hammer in there. We can put the hammer on there though. And we can put like shovel on there and an axe. That's got all our tools sorted for the moment. So what we need to do now is sort out all of our inventory into some of these chests, because we've got so much stuff in these ceramic vessels, just individual, and it's so hard to sort through when you've only got 4 inventory slots. We have now got a bunch of inventory slots. It's too many. But I'm going to sort out all of our inventory, and I'll be back in just a moment. Now that we've got all of our stuff organized into our chests, it's so much easier to find everything. We've got all of our food in these 8 vessels here. We've now got a bunch of empty ceramic vessels, so we can actually go and harvest all of the food that is already grown. We even have some fruit on our trees already. We have some lemons. So these are already starting to grow. I don't think any of our berry bushes have produced anything for the moment, because they'll come on later. But we've got cabbages, so a bunch of cabbages. We've got yellow bell peppers. They're all ready. Ooh, now we need to be smashing the S button to combine all of this into single stacks. None of this is ready yet, because this is all the stuff that we planted just since coming back. We've got garlic. This is all mature. The carrots are mature. So any of that go in the water? I don't think any of that went in the water. And our green beans. Lots and lots of food. And now that we've got all those seeds, we've got extra seeds on most of those things. And we can see that in agriculture, we have become adept at agriculture. So since it is only only late summer, we'll definitely get a second harvest out of all of these crops again. So we'll just plant these back, try and plant them in different spaces. So garlic can go over here, because even though we can't look at the nutrients in the soil yet, they are going to be already being affected. We'll just have to wait until we can actually see them to properly rotate the crops. So a bunch of yellow bell peppers. And this is what we'll do for our food from now on. I probably won't be showing too much more about the food because it's fairly self-explanatory. You plant the crops, I will go over how the nutrient mechanics work when we get to that point. But this is all I'll be saying about food for the moment, because it's the trees, the bushes, and the crops, and the storage vessels, and that's basically how you manage all of your food. And we've gotten our metal tools now, so we can go mining for some more metals. We've got our copper mine right over there, and we can also make some more chests and store even more stuff and start to make some real progress in this mod pack. So that's all we'll be doing in today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and have a nice day.